Greetings and welcome to our weekly devotionals. This week we're offering a few thoughts for reflection based on a couple of verses in chapter 5 of the book of Joshua, which details the people of Israel led by Joshua entering the promised land. I remember visiting a woman who I really enjoyed visiting. She was an old Pennsylvania Dutch farming woman, and she was in a nursing home, and she was sad because she said to me, like many Pennsylvania Dutch people, she saved everything. She saved her whole life. She scrimped and saved. She didn't spend, and she saved all of her money. And now the nursing home was getting everything, and she had nothing left. And her kids were arguing and angry with her because they were not going to get the house and all the possessions and the money that she had saved all of her life. All of those things were going to the nursing home, and her savings were gone. And it's a story I've heard recounted from various people over the years. And of course, the lesson that I want to impart is not necessarily that we shouldn't ever save. Of course, saving for a rainy day and planning and all those things are necessary. But it just brings to mind the fact that ultimately, no matter how much we plan or save or hoard our things, ultimately those things will be taken away from us. We have very little control over our lives. And the people of Israel learned this lesson, which the book of Joshua alludes to. On the day after the Passover, on that very day, they ate the produce of the land, unleavened cakes and parched grain. The manna ceased on the day they ate the produce of the land, and the Israelites no longer had manna. They ate the crops of the land of Canaan that year. Of course, that alludes to the fact that for 40 years out in the desert, the Israelites had no produce of the land. They had to rely on the manna that God provided them day after day after day. And they couldn't hoard that manna because it would go bad. And what that taught them is that when they finally did enter the promised land, they were not entering it based on their own planning, their own saving. No. They were entering it based on the provision of God. And over the preceding 40 years, they had learned not to rely on themselves solely, but mostly to rely on God. And that's a lesson for all of us. Amen.